Welcome to our new lesson of Filmora. In this lesson, we're going to learn about masking or draw mask. So, without any further ado, let's just move on to our lesson by opening up Filmora on our device. As you can see on my screen that I have opened up Filmora, and I also have my media folder already opened up. Now, as in this lesson, we're going to learn about masking, okay? So, where do you find or how do you do the masking? First thing is first is that make sure you have some specific, videos which has some green screens on it so that you can mask it up. Even if you do not have it, we have applied or attached in a resource file which you'll be able to get those resources. So first things first is that I'm going to upload the over here, which I'm going to be using as my green screen. You can also do that, or you can also mask up certain parts if you want to use. So just like I said, make sure to get a video first, and then you're going to do is mask it up. Now, how are you going to mask it up? First thing is first, I'm going to do is going to be applying or importing another video, okay? Make sure to use that if you want to. If you need help, you can get that from our resource file. So I'm going to do is just import another file, so what I'm going to do is going to be clicking on import media file, and I'm going to be using this photo over here. So as we have our photo, I'm going to do is just take this one over here. There we go. I'm going to increase the size. And then what I'm going to be doing is going to be taking one of these videos over here so that I'm going to also increase the size. Now you can also use different ones if you want to. So I'm going to do is just delete it. And now what I'm going to be doing is going to be selecting one of the videos from over here. There we go. Now I'm going to do is mask it up. Now how do I mask it up? Now I want that video to be appearing on this part of, the video or this part of the screen. So what do I do? So first I'm going to do is just increase the size. There we go. And now what I'm going to be doing is going to be clicking on mask. Now you can import your mask if you have any of them saved on your PC. You can use them. But if you want to make it up on your own on Filmora, then follow my steps. So there are a couple of these options which you'll be able to use, and I'm going to show you each and every one of them. And if you want to remove any of the mask, you have this option of none. Make sure to select that. First thing is going to be our AI mask. Now, make sure you're connected to the internet so that it, masks up the part which it needs to, but it's going to get the help of AI. So you might think that, okay, I might not be able to select out the certain parts which I want to use. Yes, exactly. So when you're using this AI mask or this brush of mask, it will use the AI to select out the certain parts. It's going to update itself first and then going to use it. Okay. So make sure to use that if you want to. But obviously, if you want to manually do it, there are a couple of these options such as this pen tool, the different type of shapes, the lines. You can use whichever one you want, and I'm going to show you each and every one of them step by step on how you'll be able to mask them. And obviously, I also have a couple of other settings which I'm going to be showing to you in this specific lesson. So don't worry. Just make sure not to skip any part, and we will not, miss out on something which is important. So I'm going to do is wait until all of this has loaded up, and after it has loaded up, I'm going to show you each and every one of the settings which you can apply or, see how it works. Now, as it has been done, well, we are still using the AI mask. Now you can see we have smart brush, we have select character, and we also have select subject. Now, if you want to select up subject, you can see that we have the subject and then we have nothing over here. Okay. So make sure to select up the part which you want to use. Now, if I use select character, you can see there is no specific character in it. So you can also use that. I'm going to be showing it to you with another photo if you have, okay? Or I'm also attached it with our resource file over here. I'm going to show it to you later on. Now, if I want to use the smart brush, I can use that. You can fix out your brush size, and then you're going to drag out the only parts which you want to mask. So I'm going to do select out the parts. There we go. So this is the part which I want to use, right? So I'm going to do select out all of these parts. And there we go. It has been selected. And that part is now overlaying. Now, if you take it on this, there we go. And you can see that it doesn't remain like that. Okay. So first off, Control Z to undo the process, and then you'll be able to undo the whole thing. Now, how do you undo the whole thing? Invert the mask. There we go. Now this thing, or this, the view is on our screen. Now I'm going to give you a better result, or I'm going to give you a better view, or, let's say a better way of how you'll be able to do that. So first off, press on Control Z. So you've selected selected the part. Now you can use AI mask if you want to or not. Then you'll be able to extend it up according to your need. You'll be able to fix out the blur strength. You'll be able to fix out the opacity. And you'll also be able to fix out keyframes on this. And you can also fix out path if you want to. So it's basically up to you. Okay, I'm going to do is just press on reset. And then all of them has been removed. Okay, so let me show you an easier method of how you'll be able to mask up. So you can use this draw mask option. Now you can see that your cursor will turn into this pen. Now I'm going to do is just fix on points. So there we go. Now you can see that we have 1 point over here. And then you're going to do is fix out other point where you want it to, point up. Now, what I'm going to do is continue it until I get my result or until I get my part. And the thing is that you'll be able to move these points whenever you want to. Just make sure to, select out the parts which you want to use. If you want to change the position, just press on Control and you'll be able to change out the position whenever you want to. And if you want to end up your mask, just make sure to connect it with the end, or let's say make sure to connect it with the first or the beginning points. And there we go. It has been applied. And then what you're going to do is just invert the mask. And there we go. A lot better than before using the AI mask, right? You can fix out the opacity. You can fix out the blur strength. You can do it like this. You can fix out the extend too. It's basically up to you how you want it to work. And obviously, if you invert the mask, and there we go, this is how it will look like. So this is basically how it works on how you want to, or how you'll be able to mask up. Now, obviously, there are also a couple of other tools too. Let me just show it to you with an object or with the character. You can also do that. So I'm going to do is just, you can change the points whenever you want. You'll be able to, change the points. You'll be able to change how it looks like. So I'm going to press on Control Z to keep it however it is. I'm going to do is just delete the parts, delete the mask. So I'm going to do is just press on none, remove. It has been removed, right? You can also use this rectangle tool to, fix out the part which you want to mask up. This will just allow you to select parts like, the cropped up image. So it is sometimes very simple to use. So make sure to select the parts which you want to use, or whichever tool you want to use. There we go. Perfect. And then you'll be able to also fix out corners, which type of corner you want, rounded corner or not. You can invert the part up. You can also scale it according to your need. You can also fix in the width. You can fix in the height individually. You can also rotate it if you want to. So mask up certain parts according to your need. You can fix in the position like this on XY scale. You can also fix in the radius if you want to. And you can also invert the mask after you're done with everything. Okay? Now, if you're done with it, just make sure to click on reset. There we go. You can also use the circle tool. You can use the parallel lines if you want to. You can also change up, the rotation, the width, the style, the position of everything. Then you can also use singular line. You can also use this love shape and also the star shape. Well, after you apply any of these masks, the settings are basically the same on everything. So try fiddling through each and every one of these tools and check out how those actually work. So basically, after you're done, you know now all about, masking. Now I'm just going to show you how you'll be able to use the AI mask tool to, select up certain parts or certain subjects. So first thing what I'm going to do is going to be removing this part, and then I'm going to do is apply another one, import media, and I'm going to do is just take another photo. I'm going to do is just place it over here. There we go, applied. I'm going to select the whole thing, or, extend it up to the whole video. And then I'm going to do is just click on AI mask. And then I'm going to do is just select the character. You can see the character over here has been selected. You can do is also select the subject. It will also select up the subject. There we go. It will mask it up on its own. And then you'll be able to customize it wherever you want. You can press on Control Z to undo the process. Most of the time, if I'm using, or if I want the character, I just most of the time use, select character, and then you'll be able to use it on wherever you want. And you can also invert the mask up if you want to. Okay. So basically you understood or hope you understood everything about this lesson, and we are done with this masking lesson on how you'll be able to use mask, draw your mask shape, invert them, customize it the way you want to according to your work so that it meets up your criteria. So thank you for watching this video up till the very end. And if you still have any confusion or any question about any part of the lesson, feel free to ask me. I'm always there to help you. So without any further ado, I hope to see you in my next lesson of Filmora.